and I guess where that hit me from somebody that not only did it, but then as a leader in the organization, making sure these things are done is, in the beginning on these cases, they're like in JonBenet, if you believe that it's an abduction or a runaway, you're basing it on what you've got in the information, and so you may not put all those pieces together to go to that next alert level to secure it. But a fundamental thing in the business is everything is a crime scene till it's not. And I guess without preaching or anything like that, it's another reminder to people that are on the job is to just to lock that down. It can be hard. If you have an emotionally distraught family and other families coming over, think about what that's like for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Is what you're doing is you're evacuating that home. You should be having everybody out and actually transported. This is transported down to headquarters in separate cars and stuff like that. And then when the other family and friends start showing up, they can't come in. And that's rough on.
Oh, sure.
But again, it's like the sanctity of that environment. And later it can get bigger or smaller based on information. But holding on to it, I think it's just another example, because the problem is do we, the trace evidence theory, we take things into a crime scene and we take things out. Are things manipulated? That's how you can wind up with material in a scene that just confuses everything. Extra fingerprints and stuff that we have to run down. And if you can't run them down and we charge somebody, then the defense comes up and says, well, what about this thumbprint right here? And it might have been Aunt Nana that stopped by with some bread pudding to make everybody feel better. I mean, it can be any of those. But back to it, I guess, of Response 101 is you lock that scene down.
Right.
A lot of what you do in this business, in hindsight, will be unnecessary, but you do it because of the probability. I remember in the cases that me and the people I worked with is that when you went to the autopsy, you almost always requested a sexual assault examination kit. And I remember one of the medical examiners one time, well, why are you doing that? We don't have any. I'm like, well, we don't know, and they're going to go away in a little bit.
Right.
And you always ask them for fingernail scrapings, even if your case doesn't look like that. A lot of times you always ask for gunshot residue testing, even if you didn't have a gun around, with the idea being that I got one shot, we've got one shot, and you recover it.
Yes.
Same thing with the scene, and that's hard because cops go into so many death scenes that aren't criminal, and they're not suspicious. And they're sad and they're tragic, but something about that, you have to stop that in the beginning. Again, you can always open it back up,